Good morning, good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at XRP, liquidity, and the Sigma coin. So, all right, checking in on XRP. I made some adjustments to what we had yesterday. So there's our wave 1, our corrective wave 2 that we got a flat for. And now we had an impulsive wave 1 and another corrective wave 2. So I'm actually now counting this move from yesterday as being our initial wave 1 of our next higher degree wave 3. So for the confusion component, trying to eliminate some of that, is right now we're just working through this area, and this would be a larger move that we would be seeing for a continuation before we head higher. And this is at a larger degree, so this is a much bigger move overall that we would move to an intermediate play. So this is kind of how we're expecting. This is not to scale, but I would expect that we would be getting back up here into this $1.98 to even $1.20 region is what we would be pushing towards. So this is very, very bullish. I think that's ultimately what we're getting here. And so I've adjusted the count that we were expecting. I was expecting a rejection here at this line and then a back test and a continuation. And we ended up blasting through it. And now we're actually back testing the top of the range, which when we zoom out for our 1 hour, you can actually see that this is the range that we found a rejection, and we're now building support at a higher level, which was the tops of all of this region right here. So people are stepping in and buying. So very, very bullish. So that's good stuff. So we'll continue to monitor this. I do not want to see closes starting to happen at $1.44. So a continuation would be perfect from here. Jumping over to the level 2 layers, which is the memes, we got ourselves Sigma. So Sigma's been setting continual higher lows this entire time. And so you can see higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low identified at this. So we'll see how this one plays out right here. My expectation, as we've already set a new higher high and we're building support just like XRP is on top of this breakdown range, is that we're going to see this kind of triangle pattern play out here for higher lows still to be in check, but then a accumulation and then eventually a continuation up to our first retrace scenario, which would be the 618. So the 618 would take us to about a 2.8 million market cap, and from our current price action that'd be a 214% return. So we will probably consolidate here for another day or so, and then I would expect the breakout. So this is the 4 hour. The reason we say this is our stochastic right now has already maxed out again. Just amazing how quickly it happens. Pullback in the cards. 12 hour is working its way higher, so that's great. And then we have our daily, which is still working on its reset. It actually got caught midfield of the range and is actually now trying to curve back up for a continuation here. So the daily may in fact be the trigger that continues the march higher faster with this accumulation area being worked out. So yeah, I'm expecting at least another, I mean, we have some pullbacks, but those are for buying, but at least another 214% upside, taking us to 2.8 million, which would get us into this supply over here. And that's our first big challenge at 2.78 million. So that's kind of how Sigma's looking. It looks great, actually. And our liquidity on the day 24 hour, we have gone in and tested and swept some of the lows here. So now with that low sweep that's occurring, we can expect that after that's cleared, we can start coming back in and chewing into this higher liquidity here and here. So maybe just a smidge more down, and then we can start heading higher. So yeah, so overall, looking pretty great across the board for XRP and memes. And these bounces off the lows are looking very organic and powerful. So excited to see what we do over the next few days, and we'll just continue to monitor the daily, 12 hour, and 4 hour stochastic RSI for Sigma. And then we'll be watching our XRP to see how we react on the support that we've built here, and do not want to see $1.44 start being broken. So all right, guys, we'll check in tomorrow, and thanks so much for watching.